Always planning, planing the axis between water and air, grounded in flight. Spinning my mind, contemplating how we got here. Oh, it's a waste of time.
The Regina subsector in the Spinward Marshes. You are starting on the planet Pixie. There is a really nice, excellent starport there, and that's where we'll be starting.
All right.
And be prepared to run all over Hell's creation, called the universe. You guys will love it, promise. Well, maybe.
We're not welcome on Pixie anymore.
What did we do on Pixie?
No, that's where we're starting.
Okay.
No. It gives me the Regina subsector map, only the Regina itself. Doesn't give me the subsector look of it.
The mini sector would be A100103D. So it's up by, if you go Regina, it's up in the upper left, right on the edge of space. Right, like inside their territory control. There's Rest, Pixie, Boning, and Menorb up there. You guys are going to be on Pixie.
Is this a shared image?
It's a image off a website.
Oh.
Which has like the whole entire Traveller universe in it. The more you zoom out,
I see.
This is a very good reference for Traveller. It is very complete, very detailed. I use it all the time. And actually, I kind of want to bring that up on my other my laptop.
This man watches 1910. Domain of Daneb. UWP is A7AA99C. I gotta get good on reading that. Oh, actually says what it is.
It's a Class A starport. Yeah. But you guys aren't going to be on the starport. You're going to be on the surface.
Okay.
Time to zoom all the way out and get lost forever.
Yep.
We're going to be at the downport then, or some other location on the ground side.
I will tell you that here in just a second. You're all going to be in separate locations.
Okay.
I just want to get this pulled up real quick, just so that I have it for quick reference. Because I don't know how quickly you guys are going to go through this, but I just want to have this handy just in case. Nice. Okay. All right. So you guys are on the surface. You're at basically downport. You have the downport. You have the starport. Then all that. So the starport's up. The downport is basically the one that, if they have a downport, it's on the surface. You guys are basically on Pixie, having ended careers, looking for something to do. We are going to start actually with get back into there we go. We are going to be starting with Kuda and Glendweir. You two actually know each other. You're both Ashlani. You've both been basically exiled from your tribes. So you've met on this planet, kind of formed a bit of a friendship. You don't see each other every day, but you know of each other's existence, and
we can both drink in misery.
Yeah, you get together and drink after bumming around looking for work or whatever. Davis, you have 3 contacts. One of them is going to be also Glendweir. Oh shoot! I just opened the wrong window. Hang on. I need everybody to verify everybody's contacts with me, just verbally, so that we know for sure.
Contact is what's the name again? It's kind of hard to.
Davis?
Yeah, okay, that would be me. So
Yeah,
David
you have-
has a contact with.
You have 3 contacts. One of them is going to be Gwendir, which is one of the Aslans.
Okay.
Come on, exit out, exit out.
How do you spell that name?
Just call him Gwen for short. Gwyn. Or Glyn. Glindweir.
Glenn would probably be appropriate.
That's not warrior, right?
I am, in fact, a warrior, or was at some point.
Kuda, you spent basically a lot of your time in the Navy, piloting ships. Your main headset was to just keep running, just keep flying.
It's what I do.
Leave the thoughts of your old clan that you got kicked out of behind, and you finally decided that you're going to step your feet back on solid ground for a little while, and you're retired from the Navy, and you're just trying to find something else to do that would involve flying, but not as regimental or as strict as the Navy. So you would know Gwendir. You've heard about one of Glenn's friends, Davis, but you haven't ever really met him. Raul is a Varger. Who do you have for contacts? Do you have any contacts?
I have a contact from one of my events, my life events, and a rival or enemy.
Okay. Rival and enemy, I'm not worried about right now. That will come up later. And Zaid has a contact, but it's a wife. Whoops.
Yeah, got married at the end of my career. Had a kid. Earned a contact. An ally. It's like, who better an ally than my wife?
Right.
What one would hope.
Well, we know what happens in a game that takes place 4 hours from now when your wife isn't your ally.
Okay. What is happening with my screen? That's what's happening with my screen. There we go. Okay. All right. So close these down. Everybody has control of their character sheets. Is everybody in game? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Should be.
Yep.
5. Yep. Okay. So let me make sure that you are all on the party sheet. Kuda, Raoul, Zadstaber. Need to add Gwynweir and Davis. Whoop. Add Zaid twice. Nope. There he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes I read too fast. Okay. And we are also going to add you all to the combat tracker. 1, 2,
Starting with a fight.
3, 4. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, because that would go south really quickly. All right. Okay, you're in the combat tracker. Which, if you want to bring up the combat tracker, it's the cross swords up top right. Also, another thing to have handy is the party sheet, but you do not have to have either one of them open at this time. Okay, so I will ask you to have open. Actually, I'm going to send you links here.
Okay.
Okay, I believe there is only one of you that has One set of equipment already. Okay, so that's going to be handled here in a minute. All right. Roll. You are basically hanging out at your place of residence, a place that you're basically renting out until you find something to do. You are contacted over comms by a old contact that you thought you would never actually hear from again. You didn't even know whether he was dead or alive or anything. He basically contacts you on the comm and asks you to meet him at the downport at a certain restaurant and at a certain time. He wants you to meet him for lunch at the Starport on Pixie, which you happen to be, your hotel that you're trying to find work is right there at the Starport or at the downport. So, it would only be like a short walk to get to the restaurant that he wants to meet you at.
All right. Well, sounds like it should definitely be going.
Okay, so you are going to meet him at noon?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to type his name in the chat. So Ramonda, he is a another Varger. He's kind of, you've always known him as kind of shy, but he was always good at gathering information. So, and you haven't heard from him in a while since you lost contact in another section of the Spinward Marshes. And it's probably been about 6 or 7 years since you've heard from him. And when you walk into the restaurant, you immediately recognize him. He hasn't changed a bit. He looks a little bit more haggard and nervous than usual. And he sees you and he kind of puts up a hand, but not, blatant. It's like he doesn't want to be seen, but he definitely wants you to see him.
The poor man's in conflict. Yeah, Raul will take his seat with him and quietly ask on the way down, "Long time no see."
He says, "Yes, my friend, it has been a very long time." He says, "But you are the only person that I feel I can talk to at this moment in time without getting my head chopped off."
I was about to ask what's so important. So yes.
He says sometimes when you are like me and you're just a street rat, just going back and forth, you kind of hear things. And he said, I heard something that's really, really bothering me, because if the talk is true, then dude, he's like, he just looks around and looks at the other people in the cafe. He says, "There's going to be a war."
Earl's voice goes real low, and he asks, "With whom? Between whom?"
He basically glances around just to make sure that nobody's watching again, and he says, "Everyone." He says, "From what I could gather, there is a party that is interested in making the Vargur, the Aslan, the human, and the Zodani fight amongst each other, and then they plan to come in and just take what's left. They're going to make them fight, and then they're going to take what's left and wipe them out, and just assimilate them all into their little species."
Well, if I'm to take this to anybody, that I will need proof.
He says, "That's my problem. I can't find the truth, and I was found out. And I can't show my face anywhere anymore for fear one of these people may be watching." He said, "I need somebody unknown. I need somebody that that the consulate is not going to recognize." And you've never heard the name the consulate before. He says, "My face is way too recognizable. I'm probably not even safe here."
I highlight the word console and press B. Or is it A? Which one was it there, Theta? To learn words in Final Fantasy II.
A.
I highlight it and press A. I learned the word. He says, "What's this consulate?"
He says the consulate is basically a group of people. That's what they call themselves. I think there are 12 in all, and they're. I don't even know what race they are. I don't know where they come from, but there's whispers amongst the more underground people that the consulate's going to sweep in and just cause chaos, and then when everything's weakened, just step in and take control. He says, "I don't know how much of this is hearsay. I don't know how much of this is actually true." He says, "But do you know anybody? Find somebody that can at least check out the rumor for me, because I'm losing sleep over this one."
I don't know that many people, but I will ask who I can.
He says, "You need somebody that's really good at talking to people, somebody maybe with a little bit of high pull, a pilot to get you around to places, somebody to take care of you if you happen to get found out." He says, "But I'm sure you're pretty capable of figuring that out. Maybe one of your friends has friends,
Maybe.
or maybe you could find somebody over at the employment agency that is just looking for something that might fit your idealistic what you might need." He said, "But anyway, just think on it, and if you see rumblings or things starting to happen that just shouldn't be happening, and systems breaking down, just keep in mind what I said." He said, "For right now, I have to go. I can't stick around any place too long."
Thank you for taking this to my attention. I know it was dangerous for you.
He said, "You're the only one I can trust anymore. All my other friends are dead."
Let's hope I don't join them.
He says, "I hope not." He said, "Best of luck, my friend, but at least I'll try to be in contact with you again to get what information you have found. But I pray to God that I pray to everything that this is not true."
Meanwhile, Raul's pissed because if what he's saying is true, then his life is in danger. But he doesn't want to say that because he's A, still skeptical, and B, he doesn't want to get his friend all worried.
Yeah,
He's already suffering enough, it seems.
yeah, and your friend basically has said, you're the last person he can reach out to, but it's bothering him so much, and he just wants to know if it's true or not.
All right, I definitely making note of that. But Where are we exactly? Like, are we in a eatery kind of establishment?
Yeah, you're in one of the you're at one of the tables that's farther off to the side.
But pardon me for a moment. I need to just type in what Ramonda was all about.
Okay. Everybody get into the library. Make sure that you have the Mongoose core rules and the player's reference for 2E open, please. Just so that we can reference it quicker. If you want to, you can actually drop them down into your short bars. Okay, so now that you have this information, Raul, what are you going to do with it? I mean, your first thought was of the people you know, which Glyndwir was one of the first ones to pop up in your head.
When we're, is that what you said?
Yeah. And Glyndwir, what are you doing at this very moment?
Well, given that I'm out of work, an outcast, and a basic laborer, I'm probably in between jobs right now. So I'm probably, let's say, sitting on a park bench with a bottle of alcohol, just enjoying the day as much as I can, and getting day drunk.
Okay. Doing a little day drinking, huh?
Of course. What else do you do when you don't have a job?
Yeah, us unemployed. We can relate.
Here, I got one for you too.
You don't drop the books into the taskbar. You just open them, and then they will. Yeah, open
Little
them.
red dot.
Yeah, the red dots. Just drag them down into the quick bar. Sorry, it's easier to say than type.
Oh, you have to drag each one of the things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me roll something real quick. Okay. Good note of that.
And I guess as I'm sitting on this park bench, so do have a brief question for character stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a free gun. Could that free gun be the Yeehaw auto rifle for the Aslan?
The
Basically, I just
auto rifle.
yeah.
Here, what tech level is it?
Tech level. Let's take a look. Is 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not
Is
very
that-
advanced at all.
No, it's not. Is it a slug weapon, or is it a? What ammunition does it use?
It says magazine fed. I'm assuming it might actually be bullets and cartridges.
Okay, so it's basically a slug thrower.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, perfectly ordinary slug thrower gun.
All right. Give yourself 30 rounds of ammunition along with that.
I will go ahead and mark that.
Okay.
So that's somewhere, probably not on my personal. I'm drinking on a park bench right now, but it exists.
Yeah, you would have it back at your place of residence at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also before I forget, everyone is a member of the Travelers Aid Society, so you would have a room to stay in for free.
Okay.
While you are between jobs. The minute you have a job to do, that will cease until you are at the point where you are between jobs and need another place to stay again. Then you can call upon the Travelers Aid Society to find you a place to stay.
All right, that's nice. So I suppose I'm out here drinking with my buddy on a park bench, enjoying the day, the sun, relaxing, largest Aslan you've ever seen, and Raoul steps up.
Yep. Raul, you find him where you expected to find him, on a park bench.
Right. Of course, with no kind of phone or anything he could be contacted with. I had to go and actually find the man.
You think I have money for that?
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
have.
I
Speaking of
can.
money,
I spent it all on drinks. What about you, one if you knew you were coming by?
Yeah, the only comms you would have would be back at your apartment through the actual hotel
Mhm.
or apartment. That's how Raul was contacted in the first place.
Right.
so Gwen, old friend, Glenn, rather. I'm sorry.
So, you want a sip? He just hands you like the bottle he's been drinking out of.
How clean was the bathtub this was made in?
I think they used it once or twice.
Before, during, or after?
I never ask those questions. Better if I don't know. But it doesn't taste like motor oil this time.
Why not? And he'll try a sip.
And it's pretty horrific.
He
Uh,
does the whole dog gagging thing with the tongue all the way out.
Zaid. Zaid?
Yeah.
Your wife is basically nagging at you, saying you need to get out and make some friends or do something. She's basically getting tired of you hanging around the house and
Oh no, I figured I already got tired of the retired life.
so you're out hunting.
Yeah, I figure
yeah.
that I've had such an exciting early life, and it's hard to settle into retirement. You just,
Yeah.
you get bored.
She tells you to go take a walk around the park. Relax your mind a little bit and not try so hard, and you need to relax and let things come as they may.
Boy, so Danny,
And she's pretty sure that that's her mindset on things. That's how things work out. You just need to let things happen.
You ain't got to leave, but you can't stay there.
Yeah, you're driving her crazy.
That's what I do.
all the Soldani puns that are coming out is like
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
gold.
it's a trek around the park then. Who am
Okay.
I to disobey?
So you going on a walkabout?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
he's
said.
going on a walk about the park. So
Happy wife, happy life.
yeah, Mama's not happy. We ain't happy. Raul, Glenn, that takes care of Zaid. Kuda, you're getting a little stir crazy too. You want to be. Your feet are getting nervous on the ground. You want to be back up in the sky. So what are you doing?
I am looking for work.
Well, you can go to the unemployment agency. Put in your skills as a pilot, and hope somebody snaps you up.
I'm gonna go check with my my fellow unemployed companion there, and see if he's heard anything about work.
I've heard about drink.
And you see him with another person.
A person he always claims to exist but never is around.
that you haven't never seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just go to a different school, I swear.
Ah. I wander up, say, "Hey,
Hey, you're here finally. I got you one. And I will hold up a second bottle for you.
is this the good stuff or the oily stuff?"
Oh, it's 25% oil today.
It's free beggar's beer.
I mean, I could always just keep it to myself,
No, I'll join you in the swill.
There you go. Come on, you two, sit down. Let's have a drink.
Are we throwing anything at the birds?
Nah, they're fun to watch.
Which birds? The mechanical birds or the real birds?
Real birds.
Yeah, you can if you want. Sure, you got seeds and grass and rocks and wrenches
bottle-
and
Empty bottles.
bottles. Yeah,
From
empty
your last
bottles.
few visits. Okay. I gotta keep my skills sharp.
Glenn will be in the middle of slowly draining this bottle.
Okay.
So,
So-
Roll, you seem a little twitchy. What's on your mind?
Well, a good friend of mine. I hadn't seen him in quite some time, at least 10 years. Came up, told me he's in danger. He can't tell anybody else. But there's some kind of consulate going around that wants to start a war of everybody versus everybody. And then they're gonna, after playing Let's You and Him Fight, go pick up all the pieces. So I think if we can figure out the cusp of this tidal wave, if we could ride it, make some good money doing some good deeds, and maybe make the world a better place. Yeah, call
Good.
me a optimist, but you can't be a doctor without some optimism.
I think I will. Good deeds and money at the same time? Sounds like a scam.
How much free drinks come along with this this potential employment?
Depends on the employer.
So what, you're thinking of actually following through on it?
Yeah, maybe looking for some arms deals with the consulate we could maybe profit from.
Uh, Sounds like I'm starting to become a pirate. Maybe it's about that time.
Well, I'm a Varger, so it's in my blood.
Of course. Uh, I'd be a terrible friend if I let you go get hurt without me being around to watch.
And I don't want to let you go anywhere without me to patch your ass back up.
I was only 12 times.
As it is, the liver drugs I've got to give you are astronomical. Thank goodness we're not capitalists.
And,
okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Nope. I was just figuring out the third contact. We've got it. David and Zaid.
Yeah. I guess Zaid will be marching down the park about now.
Yep. Because you actually have 3 contacts, and that could be like, you know, Kuda from the Navy,
Mhm.
because he was a damn good pilot, and you know, Raul for being a medic. I'm going to say you know Zaid for from just him being you've taken him on plenty of diplomatic missions and
Mhm.
and things like that. You've escorted him quite a few times.
So Zaid is coming into the park, and I'll just go ahead and wave him down to Zaid over here.
I guess
I
that's
have
different
terrible
from.
alcohol.
I guess that's different from how we actually met, which is our connection.
Yeah, I totally just I remembered it right after I said something that aloud. But you have
I mean, to be
connections
fair,
anyway.
our connection is that he knows me to be entirely reasonable. You shot me. Help me. Okay.
Yep,
Zaid,
that works.
Zaid, I have a terrible drink. I want to see you try it.
I mean, I would walk over, but I would also refuse the drink.
Come on, it's only. It's mostly good.
It doesn't look
This time.
healthy.
It definitely isn't.
Well, that's a definite reason to pass. I thank you, though, my friend.
Ah. I guess at least someone around here learns. Ah. So what are you up to?
What kind of planet is this? Is it a planet or station?
It is a planet. We are at a park near the downport.
What kind of planet is this?
High pop, high civ. Um, Actually, if you click on the map, it will tell you what kind of a planet it is.
Yeah, if you click right on the planet.
Click right on the planet, and then a little thing will pop up.
Unfortunately, I have
Explaining
to figure out what of 1,000 tabs that I put this
Pixie.
thing on.
No, if we talk about
There
if
we
we talk
go.
about Pixie, it's a vacuum world with no atmosphere or hydrosphere.
Yeah. System supports a population of fewer than 10,000. The world contains archaeological sites with artifacts suspected to be from now vanished ancients.
Oh, we have a map somewhere on Fantasy Ground?
It's a
No,
member of the
check
Third
the Discord.
Imperium.
Okay, just Discord.
It's a world of the Third Imperium. Both holds the estate of the Imperial Knights, a member of the Imperial nobility charged with overseeing the world, and it has a nearby Imperial naval base. So you guys are actually on the naval starport.
I would say, because otherwise we'd
So,
be with the
not on the-
criminals and
yeah.
exiles.
Yeah, not on the planet. Well, I mean, you guys would fit in right there.
Yeah.
So you guys are on the starport that has a naval base on it. So
Also,
yeah, you're
yeah, it's a bubble or dome or something like that. Because otherwise, this place is a vacuum.
it's self-enclosed.
All right, I've already forgot what the impetus of me asking was. What was the first last thing somebody asked me? It took us a while to get here.
What are you up to?
Well, I just thought I'd get and then I think about it, to say a breath of fresh air, and then I realize we're all breathing the same recycled air anyway. And I look up, I guess, out the dome into space. It's just say the view.
That's a nice one.
Actually, it's got a dome above it that is a hologram of Sky, the park you're in.
Doesn't
Matt,
change
Actually-
the answer.
Yeah, your station is basically an enclosed metal station, and it has various spots within restaurants, simulated park. It actually does have plants growing there under simulated sunlight, and a holographic sky where you think you're out in the open. Very high tech, but
It's good enough for King Kong. It's good enough for me.
Bench is getting a little crowded. Here, and he'll go ahead and stand up and offer you his seat. And he'll just lean against the backside of the bench.
At least I thank you, and I'll sit down. I don't see why not.
Ah. So what is your plan then, Raoul? Or do you not have one?
I'm not a strategist. I'm a doctor.
Ah. That's amazing that you even thought you could do this. I mean, do you even have if you're gonna go do something like that, you at least got like a weapon or something? Go threaten someone with it? Oh, by the way, we're commissioning a crime. Almost 100%. I just say over to see.
Why are you telling me?
Just catching you up.
Yeah, maybe you do tell people that.
I mean, I don't even know if it's happening yet. What are you, the thought police?
No, I passed on that.
Oh, then we're all square.
Right, but other people could be.
I'll just look around. Oh, seems like a pretty empty Wednesday to me.
I didn't know that you were so astute in picking up people that were trying to hide.
You know what? I'd be a little creeped out if someone was doing that. Why would someone be creeping around on a couple people drinking on a park bench? And he just suddenly gets lost in the thought, takes a drink.
I don't know. Maybe trying to listen for them plotting a crime.
okay. There is another person that happens to be wandering through the park, and he looks to be looking at a datacom tablet. And he is he's studiously looking at this thing. And he's walking along the path, and he his whole body turns to the left, and he waits a second, and then he turns back and faces center, and then he turns right a little bit, and he looks up, then he looks down, turns back to the path, and continues on.
Yeah, see,
And
there's just that guy over there.
he's headed right for you.
See, he doesn't care. He's not even looking where he's going. He's gonna bump into us in 3, 2, 1.
He puts his
Nope.
data pad away as soon as he reaches your little group.
Oh, you can look up from that thing.
I hope he brought beer. We don't have any more.
Says, beer? No. And he looks you over and he says, I'm looking for one named Raul. Do you know a Raul?
I don't know. What's it worth to you?
I don't know. I just have some information and some supplies for him. And he pauses at the word supplies.
Well, maybe I'll let him know.
All right, fine. He starts to walk away.
Little, it's appreciated, but I'm Raul.
He kind of scowls and looks at Davis, and kind of just, he looks down at his comm data and he looks up at you and looks down and looks back up and he says, yeah, good enough. He hands you the comm pad. He says, this is from our mutual friend. He says, if you decide to take on looking into things that he talked to you about,
Yes, I'm just discussing that with some friends now.
he says, yeah, Ramon doesn't stay around places too long, but all the information you need is on your comm data. And he hands the comm data to you and walks away.
All right, he'll take it and give it a good look over.
Okay, you see that it has a data section open that has been minimized.
Maximize it.
Okay. It's basically a message to you. He is giving you his ship, and he says that the letter says that there are supplies on the ship. Not much, but enough to at least get you started. But whether you decide to look into it or not, the ship is yours. He can't risk his ship being seen. So he said, do whatever with it, modify it, fly it. He doesn't care. He doesn't want the ship anymore. And he said he'll be using his secondary ship if he needs it.
Well, lucky you gotta have two ships, but even though this is certainly a personal tragedy for his friend, he is going to smile as he looks up from the comm pad and say, well, if you were asking inquiries about how well supplied we are, have no worry. We now have a ship with supplies on it.
You just got handed a ship?
Yes, for doing this job.
All right, when are we taking it out for a joyride?
Do you know how to fly?
I want to take a peek at the details of the ship.
Big arm around your shoulder. You're not gonna fly off without bringing me along, right?
Well, what are you good at besides failing?
That's the
Ooh,
spirit.
ooh. Okay, let me find a picture of the.
Well, one problem is I'm not even there. I mean, I had to have context when nobody's told me about this little shindig yet. Just,
Who's
FYI.
not there yet?
Davis.
David.
Oh, Davith isn't there yet.
Yeah. They might just go in the ship and leave. I'm like, oh, that sounded like a great adventure.
I feel like we're missing something.
Half expect we get to the ship and just Davis asleep on the ship or something.
That actually could be an idea.
I
'cause
watched
I
a lot
already-
of Black Widow last
Mhm.
night, and there's that one character in all of Black Widow. Every time she shows up to a place, he's just asleep waiting for her.
So I've got that taken care of.
Okay, the datacomms also tells you that the ship is being maintained. It tells you what dock and not 94. It is in docking bay 202. And it should be repaired, fully repaired and ready to be functionable in probably 48 hours. But feel free to check out the ship, what supplies are on the ship, personal supplies are on the ship, and decide from there what you want to do with it.
Right. Well, Dr. Captain Raoul over here definitely wants to see what's been included and what we might need otherwise. So he'll go check out the ship a little early.
Okay, Davis, you are actually friends with this guy too.
Okay.
You were in his last. You weren't with him when he heard the operation, but you've heard about the corporate for the corporation.
Mhm.
You think that, well, with your past, you know how easy it is to cause a little bit of a scuffle in between groups. So he basically asks you to look after the ship until he finds his other friend. So you're actually at the ship, checking it out, probably looking at it, scratching your head, saying, "How the hell am I supposed to make this thing fly?"
I mean, what condition is it exactly?
Rough shape. Let me get a picture of it.
Do have mechanic. I
That's
have
why.
some idea.
That's why
Some
you're there.
idea how to fix it. It's just a matter of funds. It's like I'm not broke, but I don't think I have the millions of credits to fix this, or hundreds of thousands, depending what it is. There's like a big no smoking sign, and I'm lighting my third cigarette, my second, the butt of the second one.
I don't know. That has a smell of something other than cigarette.
Turn around and like, oh, hey, no time no see. I mean, literally, it's been years.
Yeah.
So, what brings you here exactly?
I want to check this thing out. Think you can fly yet?
Oh, it will require some work. Yeah, but
From the outside, it looks battled, scarred. Meteor strikes, smoke across the back, paint's wore off. Looks like crap.
I haven't checked out the reactor jet, the drives either, but I'm probably gonna get into that in a moment. I do have the ASIC, so but again, I mean, aside from cheap gawking, what brings you here?
I'm interested in getting back into earning some money in my career. But I ain't working for the Navy again.
Yeah, I don't. The least I talk about the Navy, the better. Don't appreciate what they got.
Yeah, so is this thing planning on leaving the dock anytime soon?
I mean, like I said, I didn't check the drives yet. I'm sure the maneuver drive is not that bad, but I like to get a deeper inspection just in case we want, J drive to go, pop when it doesn't have to. And that's one bubble I don't want to surf or you don't want to see.
Well, if you need a good pilot, I'm in.
I need a good pilot. You know who you're talking to.
A bad pilot?
Really? Oh.
No.
Come on. It's the reason I'm checking this place out is because it's not my ship, but it's a friend of a friend. So
Ah,
see what I'm saying.
Is everybody together now?
I don't know who else has shown up here.
Well, so far did you leave the group, Kuda?
well, if he was at the deal where they're handing out the thing with the pad with the deal, and I wanted to see when he started talking about a ship, I was going to follow him.
No, Davis was at a ship.
Yeah.
I mean, did you four leave to go see the ship?
Yes.
I know Kuda wanted to.
Yeah.
Did the other three follow?
So I actually have no idea what they've been talking about, but they started talking to me in the park. So they said, "Oh, we got a ship. Let's go look at it." I wandered along in interest. I have no idea what's going on either.
Well, what I'd probably do is
beer.
like fall behind like a little bit. I'd try to explain to Zayd like, all right, look, Earl's got some crazy idea in his head. He's got to like save this friend or something. Might do something to a consulate. Might do some arms dealing or something. I don't know. He's got no plan. All I know is Raul is gonna get himself killed if he doesn't have somebody at his back. Now I gotta go, but I'm only an okay soldier. I know you're a great soldier. I'd feel a lot safer for Rule if I had you with me.
Are we talking an actual job?
By the sounds of it, maybe it might make money. I got no clue yet.
1/5 share before expenses.
Ain't my deal to make, but I'm sure you could probably convince Raul. I'd be behind you for it.
Well, when it comes up, know what I've said.
Absolutely. I got your back.
Well, I guess I see everybody. I only recognize Kuda and Saeed. And I'm like, what the ever living?
Oh, it's a proper Vargar ship. Nice.
And I look at
Did you
Saeed, it's
expect
like,
any less?
this is what the? Are you who I think you are?
I haven't
Paratrooper who teleported into.
I haven't become anybody else in the last 46 years. Wait, no, I did become somebody else in the last 46 years. I haven't become any other additional people in the last 46 years.
This galaxy gets smaller and smaller. So, what is Sudani doing this side of the border?
Retirement.
Those
of us that are good enough get old.
Eventually, I suppose. I live fast, die young, leave a good corpse. That's what I say.
Then what are you still doing around?
Hard to kill, I guess.
Didn't live fast enough.
Not for lack of trying.
Not quite looking pretty enough either yet.
Again,
Well, that's what the mortician is for. Literally, their job is to make the corpse look pretty.
I'm minded in that.
You think they make good money?
Well,
so if you guys don't mind me
if
you don't mind me asking, moving away from the corpse talk,
the corpse talk you started.
That was just a phrase, by the way. It was, so Donnie, so little. What are you all doing here?
Pondering a morgue versus a taxidermy service, and which one's which.
Oh,
This depends on which species you're mounting.
say that to human female? Yeah, I guess so. Because this ship is not for sale or rent. It's just I'm just to keep an eye on it. If you guys know are going to be from the mechanics and yard workers union, then and give me a quote, then I guess I can take that.
Well, I do have the deed to the ship on my compad. If you mind if I see it.
Yeah, I don't mind at all. See it at all. Because I also have that's a nice ship. I also have in skills. I have administration. I think I can check it over and see if it actually fits the legal parameters of a title transfer. So I check it over.
Okay. Yep. You look at the comm data, and it does indeed say that it's going to him. The only thing that it is missing is to get basically everything there. The fee has already been paid, and there is a certain office that it needs to be that's holding basically the title for it. It just needs to be transferred over to the new owner. The new owner basically has to show up in person to get the chip for the deed.
Well, friend, it seems that you have everything in order, except you need to validate this. You go down that exit over there, take a right. It's 2 doors to the left. You talk to Joel if he's not having lunch, and he's always having lunch for some reason. And, he could set you up. If he's having lunch, then you're going to have to wait. And wait.
If I'm going to have to wait, then you're going to have to wait. So why don't you come help me get Joel?
Well, you see, I'm in charge to make sure nothing happens to the ship. I'm also doing cataloging, and I grab another data pad, which I guess I have much I'm cataloging all the damage right now. I'm doing the exterior. It only seems like meteors, micrometeors, and bad paint. Like I was saying to Kuda over here, I haven't checked the drives yet, either the M drive or the J drive. So that will take a little more time. I take it you got the credits to cover all the repairs, Benny?
The bill of sale says it's been covered.
Yep. Well, you can see where there's been a forwarded credit for anything that it needs to get fixed up.
Okay, then let's. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Well, since you're gonna be all here, it might as well. You might know this. Come on in. We get in. I got the codes. Actually, no. You guys can see us that. You seem to be the one who's gonna do it. Let's do the inspection, and then after that, we'll go out and talk to Joel. Okay. Okay. Come on. And
so you're gonna
go in
to the hatch and go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You ever heard the phrase the ugliness on the outside basically does not display the beauty inside? On the inside, she is a beautifully clean and pristine ship. Are you going to check the engines?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Be a mechanics roll.
Mechanics roll. Yep.
How do I do that? Where do I press?
Okay, so under your skills,
Mm-hmm.
you go to mechanics, and all the way over to the right, there's that little tiny dice.
Red button thing?
Nope, the little tiny dice at the bottom of that square that says 1 in your character sheet.
I got int, characteristic level, mod total.
No. Under the skills tab.
Yeah, I'm on the skills tab.
Okay, and
Main
mechanics.
skills. Yeah.
All the way over to the right. So you have the int, the 1, the 0, the 0, the 1. At the last one, there is a little dice. Left click it, hold it, drag it over to the chat box, and drop it.
You can just drag anywhere from the total field. The number on the total, just click and drag the total.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. You look at these engines, and they are beautifully perfect. They look like they're brand new. There is absolutely nothing wrong with those engines.